Heyo, and welcome to the stream. It's Hunter Maury here with Brescia FC and Football Manager 2022. We're going to jump right into this thing as we get into our toughest stretch yet, but we are off to a phenomenal start to the season where we have yet to lose. As we've won all of our games in the Champions League so far, and while we did draw Lazio in the first game of Serie A, we ultimately have been perfect since. Now, the toughest team I think we faced is probably Inter up to this point, and now we do have a tough Roma squad that is always plays us tough, and then Milan also for the first time today, I think. And we will also look to finish out the Champions League. Ideally, I would get all the way to the winter break. I don't know if we'll quite be cruising that fast. That way I could do a little transfer window when I get back from vacation. Just kind of mess around a little bit. That would be like the perfect timing. Just finish it right after Hellas Verona. But it may not really happen. I did do a little simulating, I think, through some international break from last stream. But nothing too important really going on. Oh, and we will also see Juventus today as well. And they are currently sitting second. So they're currently the biggest, even though Milan has always been the guys to watch out for here. Can't forget about Juventus this season, as they are off to arguably just as hot of a start. I know that they have the loss in there, but I mean, they also have a 16 goal differential, so it's not like they're playing poorly by any means. Speaking of which, pretty much everybody we're concerned about is playing today. We will be kicking off last along with the Juventus match. A crazy game with 9 scored, but Milan behind. We were talking about when they picked up Esposito. They're just looking for that guy to bag goals. He gets 4 of them in this game. They have all the other talent around him, so he's not even the strongest player. But he also doesn't really have a weakness, and he's off to about as incredible of a start as you could expect. I mean, 80 million does seem like a little much, but 11 goals in 13 games, or whatever, is kind of crazy. So we're going to play Pekovic in the middle. I assume we still have Tammy Abraham. Yeah, I didn't see him go anywhere. Yeah, I want to take this one a little bit seriously, so we're going to go Orestes and Galbraith. Barcelo for sure. Barclay's still looking a little iffy, so Birkenbaum, Barcelo. I think we will get Ian Valleda back up there, though he is losing sharpness, but he is just so fresh. And I think we will keep Madu beside him, though. like all the same. But we'll go with Satriano and Cabrera. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I want to get back on a good roll, so I think we will talk to everybody, try to get everybody motivated for this one. I do think I want to bring it down to a standard line. Not positionally, I don't tend to like to mark. And then... yeah, I think Olsen could cut inside, but we should try to pay attention, try to remember to pay attention to his, roll. We're unbeaten against Roma in the last 7 outings. It's definitely something that can provide a little bit of an advantage. Yeah, we're just really prepared. It's down to hard work. Yeah, it's all about momentum. We need to keep stringing performances together. So we were dominant last time out, but we're also coming into a Roma squad that is playing very, very well. But can we do it? We are away. This is a massive match. If Roma wants to make a statement that they are a top 4 team this year, this is they have to beat us. Nito, Imanol. They eventually tried the long one forward. Birkenbaum, I think, misreads it, or maybe intentionally left it for Pekovic, but something weird going on. Valeda gonna reset to Orestes. Does have pressure on him, but he'll go back up forward to Barcella. Pekovic from range plays it into Mito, who drops it off to Anthony Madu, who fires a rocket over the top, and an early card for Madu. Tammy Abraham plays it well. Samuel. But Orestes will cut that one out. Mino. Cabrera. Back to Valeda, who plays it into the surging Mino. He takes a chance. Dahlberg gets fingers and tips it over the bar. Orestes in position. Dahlberg somehow makes the save. Something like that. Sergio Ricardo, now Tammy Abraham, and he looks to play into Suez. Valeda actually reading that one rather well. Karnaseki's going to try a long one forward. Cabrera reads it, better. And Dahlberg gets just enough on it to tip it wide. Couple of fingertips saved already for Dahlberg. Brescia have had their chances to score, but good goalkeeping so far. Now they flip one into Satriano. Gierhofer wins it. Birkenbaum set outside, and he's looking to go. Ricardo plays it well, but Madu is able to pick up the loose ball, and nothing forms for Brescia. Mino looking for Birkenbaum. Galbraith cuts that one out. Satriano Madu, and he plays Mino through. Opportunity for the youngster, and he puts it home. His first goal of the season. And I don't want to encourage anymore. Just make everybody mad. Yeah, just well weighted from Madu. A nice run from Mino. And Brescia finish it off. Simicon looking forward. Holds up and goes back to Gierhofer. Imanol on Brescia for a short time. One of the many we've tried at wingback, and one of the many that have been multiple reasons why we haven't been able to keep everybody at wingback. But he was one of, similar to how we're feeling about Malacia this year, where just not quite right. Birkenbaum looks to surge through. He cuts it back. Madu and Birkenbaum linking up a couple of times. And it's Galbraith who's looking for Barcelo on the backside, who does head it well. Dahlberg on the ground, but Cabrera couldn't find a way to poke it through onto the net. Miss from Pekovic, but Galbraith there to pick him up. Mino flips it out. Birkenbaum looks to take on Imanol, and he'll cut from the byline. Martin Satriano with the header at the near post. And a bit of a dismantling on that one from Brescia. Juventus get the benefit of a penalty, but they also take the lead in their game. Three of the top teams in Serie A, well, the three top teams in Serie A at the moment, playing simultaneously. Yeah, we'll just do some encouraging. Keep it going. Oh, and it falls to Satriano. Well played. He chips the keeper, and a second for him right off the kickoff. Cabrera won't get any credit for that, but he did work it. Did get his head on it. But it was Satriano who capitalized, jumping on the loose touch. Well worked. Sergio Ricardo. It might be a booming start to the first quarter off of the kickoffs here in the second half. But this one is cleared by Brescia. Simicon pushes wide. Headed clear from Galbraith. Baumgartner picks it up and he puts it right back into Simicon. A wild cross. But Birkenbaum expected it to roll out. Sergio Ricardo never gave up on it. If this attack leads to a goal, you have to point back to Ricardo here, keeping that one in, while Brescia was looking to just reset it. Valletta sticks a foot in. Very nicely done. Pekovic. Valletta finding Madu. Back to Valletta. He's going to look for Cabrera, who goes out to Barcelo. Back to Cabrera, who resets it a bit. Valletta. Anthony Madu from range, but over the bar. Press. Nordberg. Pekovic, Galbraith into the middle. And Denis in. And Birkenbaum with his yellow. We'll take him out for Barclay. But I think we will ask them to maybe be a little bit more defensive on that side. But we'll let it go on the other. And we'll put a little farther off, I think, around the 75th minute mark. Galbraith cuts it out. Madu. Back to Denis. Nice play by Tammy Abraham. And what a blast from Saez! I mean, not much you could do when those are going in against you. That was an absolute rocket. And a rare lapse for Madu as he kind of let the ball come in to him. And Tammy Abraham jumped all over. Madu. And it falls to Cabrera. He does well to cut it back across Gearhofer, but not enough to open it up. Okay. We'll see. I'm not I'm not too sure about kicking it short, but I think it would just be wasteful to kick it long. The only other thing I could think of is to, like, say, play two. Well. A rare lapse for us. Roma is generating their chances. They just aren't very good ones. And it looks like this time too, the substitutions, I mean, they were made with the intent of us holding a lead, or like having a big lead. Tammy Abraham, his chance to score his goal, and that would have been a game drawing. But it does seem like Barclay having an absolute disaster class on the right side. Oh, I guess that is one thing. Not that I think this matters. And this might be the worst collapse I have ever had as the manager here. But an absolute, but terrible. Just misses it. Denis and Galbraith both miss it. I don't know what they were thinking, but it has been all Roma in the last few moments. And a horror draw for us. We only generated 2 shots or so in the second. Well, I guess we had that early chance. But so 3 shots in the second half after dominating the first. They just started playing better than us. Their coach, I guess, got them fired up. And our team maybe came out a little bit flat. But terrible from Barclay and Nordberg, who were both substitutions in key areas for us. Yeah. Okay. Just want to fix that a little bit, hopefully. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Yeah, it's tough, man. This looks bad because of it's after a disappointing result, but I swear this is a yeah, it's just a full like soft lock. I can't. My mouse isn't moving anymore now. So that sucks. There were some like goofy things going on. I was kind of concerned that something like that was going to happen. But unfortunately it did. So we will reset. Hopefully everything operates properly and we can get back in here. But that does also probably mean we've essentially now started a half an hour late. Now we've essentially wasted half an hour. Probably not getting to the winter break tonight. I'm just gonna let that like chill a little bit. Very frustrating. And again, I mean, like there were some signs where it was like, okay, it seems like a little goofy tonight, but absolutely wild. Very upset. I kind of hope they beat us when we play it again. That sucks. You know what sucks even worse? That it's not turning on. I mean, it may be okay for me, for like my personal life, for this not to like work today, but so I do have to like pack, but I would like to see it like, I don't know, somewhat exist. Well, that sucks. Ugh. What sucks is I usually come out with like a worse result generally, so there's no reason for people to think like cheating anything, because I've had the game like crash at halftime. I've had things like lock up at halftime before where I was winning a game like 4-0. Then we played the game the next time and I got like a lucky goal. Well, not a lucky goal, but I got a goal in like the 90th minute or something instead the second time, but it was like a nothing, like a 0-0 the entire time or whatever. This time it's like actually looks very suspect, where it's like, oh, we got a disappointing result in a tough game. The other question is kind of, where's my last autosave? Because usually when it happens after the game like that, corrupts my save. 2. So, the previous autosave might have been before international break. Which means... Which is fine, because it's not important. But that would be kind of shitty. Further, just like wasting the time and then not getting back into the game, right? Did corrupt my save, so... Yeah. I think this is gonna be after international break. Or like right before international break. That sucks. That really sucks. No, it is, fortunately, just before. So we are back. So it did actually save where we were. Just gonna save the game, just in case. I don't know if I could just like perpetually keep loading that, but it does worry me if I'm like on that backup, right? So I wasn't paying too much attention, but I do think I'll save right before we start our game. Unfortunately, we are playing at the same time as a key contender in Juventus. Though they do have a favorable matchup, so like I do think our matchup's more difficult. But as to maybe not change any more results a second time, just in case it happens. I've had that problem. It just like is very random. And again, maybe also fortunately, like Milan is against a pretty difficult team. So the big change might be Atalanta Udinese, to be honest with you. But we'll save and kind of lock it in this time. And we might save, kind of like before every game tonight. So Udinese win. Milan still get the victory, not quite as crazily. I didn't really pick up that second result, but it's good news for Udinese, who have kind of slipped a little bit this year. So I think we'll go with the same strategy. Let me save game after those results. Birkenbaum, Barcelo, Madu, Valeda, Mino, Satriano, Cabrera. Keep the team the same as I typically do it. Halftime speech might go a little bit different. But kind of from this point on, I can only like kind of set the team up the same way. unbeaten against Roma, something that could provide a little bit of an advantage. It really just comes down to hard work. You just need to keep playing well and build on that performance. So we are back and back against Roma. As mentioned, two teams coming in on good form. We just saw a very nice match. I honestly would have liked that result to kind of stand, because that would have been something to be like, there are some weaknesses on the team. Or it was me being like, oh, a three-goal game was enough. Forgetting maybe that it was away. Forgetting that Roma still have that talent all over, and they took full advantage. I think it was mostly me maybe not paying attention to the trend of the second half, because I think I should have seen enough of that where it was like, interesting, you know what I mean? This will be a little bit earlier than I did it in the game, but Danilo Pekovic at the near post. And rifled too hard over the top of the bar. And no early card for Madu. Good news. So, some small changes in our favor, I guess, up to this point. But, oh, Mino. Satriano on the backside. Oh, and a big save. Dahlberg still making huge saves. I'll stop referencing the other game. I'm just sad. Birkenbaum. Madu. Satriano. Good touch. Looking for Cabrera, who does well, and Dahlberg makes a good save. Headed hard, but maybe not out of the way enough. Very similar trend. I said I was going to stop referencing the last game, but again, quality shots from us in a dominant kind of first half performance. Marcelo strides forward. Looking for Satriano. Dahlberg has to tip it wide, and another chance off the corner. We are just a little tired after international break, though. I think I may have missed getting everybody. Like, I needed to do like a day of rest and then maybe get another day of rest if people were still tired. I kind of like found out on that second day. If that makes sense. So it gave them less time to like. I needed like 2 days of recovery. But because I found out late, I only gave everybody one. Karnaseki now making a big save. Nice ball from Roma. Gearhofer takes a chance, but over the bar. To Madu. Cabrera out wide to Satriano. Probably not the places you want your two strikers, but that's where they find themselves. Anthony Madu, and he looks to play Satriano in Dahlberg. Juventus, as mentioned, should get the job done. This time they score. Headed kind of in no man's land for Brescia, and Roma's able to continue to press. Simicon looks to play it in. Anthony Madu reads it so well. He strides forward. Continues to push. Will play Cabrera, who takes the shot from long range, but always rising. Eminal steals it. Pekovic gets it back. Mino in. Eminal steals it off of Satriano again. The ex-Brescia man maybe getting the better of his old teammate. Samuel. Saez. Not entirely sure, actually. Skov. Olsen. Mino can't win it. Reset for Roma as they continue to probe for the attacks. And a strange yellow for Cabrera. Generally a solid game from everybody. Nobody necessarily doing anything wrong, but need to get it into a second gear here. Well played by Birkenbaum, but a corner for Roma. Roma are having a good second half again. So, yeah, it's all Roma right now. They just have me beat on second half adjustments, I guess. Yeah, I'm concerned about Pekovic being tired, too. Oh, false to Mino. A little bit of fortune. And we reset. Pekovic. Just poor play all around. Pekovic reads that one well, though, and Matu resets everybody, but Karnaseki's going to go long. We're just not there for the second ball. Well cut out. Karnaseki clears it again, but again Roma get it. They're not playing well. Tammy Abraham, but he blasts it too high, always rising. We are playing poorly. Not entirely sure what to do about it, unfortunately. But it will be Martin Satriano bailing us out a little bit. Didn't have a lot of offense going. Satriano puts it home. What do I want to do? So I do think I will take Birkenbaum out for Barclay. Baumgartner. Imanol. I think another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Mino out for Olmo. Oops. And I think we are, even though he's a little bit shorter, we're going to get Abdullaev in. Because Pekovic, I just think, might start becoming a liability here. Juventus in dominant fashion the other way. And I don't mind this. Not a lot of action. Olmo wins it. Valeda. Restus. Barcelo. Danny Olmo making a run. Space opened up, and he has a go. Dahlberg sends it away. Barcelo. Looking across for Satriano, the ball bounces up. Satriano still wins the header, but Dahlberg able to make the save. I think if that gets through, that should be the dagger. Tammy Abraham. As Roma look to surge forward, they will get a corner. Galbraith heads it. Olmo reads it well. Barcelo gets it across to Matu. Flips it into Barclay. Cabrera can't win the header. And Roma look to turn. Couple goals for Junior Bianchi. But Juventus ultimately dominant in their game, and a little bit of a different result compared to the first game here. 1-0. I was kind of hoping for the draw to kind of happen again, but we hold on this time. It wasn't like a dominant performance, nothing too crazy. But ultimately, I think a different feeling after the collapse that happened in that non-existent game now, I guess. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to play him, but we got into trouble. Yeah, nice finish. ultimately, the unbeaten run continues. It didn't change. But very similar players for... I was wondering if that was like the Ballon d'Or, but I guess not. Ballon d'Or. And up next, we will have Celtic away. Inter get the victory. A big day for Orsolini and Bologna. And Hellas Verona get the win over SPAL. And Napoli beating Fiorentina. And we have AC Milan after Celtic. Oops. And then, because we just like things to be difficult, then we have Juventus. What I'm thinking is we'll get a chance conversion. I'll do a match preview. I'll do something. I guess I can do this. Yeah, we'll do that, but then we'll also do like to add some shape or something there. Unfortunately, Celtic's away. So, Madou has a chance to win the Ballon d'Or. Bartoli has a nice, sets up 2 goals. Ermio Cesaro puts up a player of the match performance. Nice to see. Yeah, I do want to rest everybody one day. Yeah, I understand, but yeah, a lot of fantastic form coming through that. And I would prefer prefer to save guys. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, we really got to get this win. And then the final game means nothing if we get this win, right? Or it's like, do we take both games a little less seriously, just hoping we can get a draw? Because I think even a draw would be enough for us. But I mean, I'm still pretty confident, but unfortunately, this being an away match does have me a touch concerned. Cesarano, he actually might play. I'm not sure about that, though. Really inconsistent, but does have big-time potential, which is interesting. Doesn't feel comfortable in big matches. I mean, I have to at least be intrigued with how dual-footed that guy is. Is at least intriguing, right? Just don't have him playing big matches. Big win for Milan. Draw for Rangers and Genk. Arsenal beat Benfica. Gladbach beat Lyon. Man United destroy Ajax. Big win for Milan over Liverpool, which I think gives them control of the group. Obviously, I guess they could still slip up and lose games, so it's probably not fully decided, but they should have the path in. Udinese gets points, but they needed the victory. Bayern Munich beat Real Madrid, and Spartak Moscow beat Young Boys, which I think they were already locked in, Liverpool and Milan, but that further separates the group a little bit there on that side. We will save before the Celtic game to lock all of those results in after the bad has happened. Cabrera has a chance to win Best Argentine Player of the Year. Yeah, not interested. And we can look at Vinicius a little bit more. PSG beat Red Bull Salzburg, and Hoffenheim beat Feyenoord. And we will save the game here. So Barcelo is suspended. That was weird. Well, Galbraith definitely can't play. So I need them to be fresh, though, for Milan. I need them for Milan, dude. Orestes Abdulev. Rest Pekovic. For Cesarano. Boy. Nordberg. Raska. Valeda. Yeah, sure. What's Danny Olmo doing? Yeah. We'll move Stromberg in for Cabrera. I think I'm going to force Danny Olmo out there just because he's got two backups behind him. And we're sprinkling backups throughout. You know what? I am going to play Adebayo here and sit Karnaseki. I didn't think I was going to do that, but I'm going to go Denis instead of Galbraith, and fully sit Galbraith. Cabrera, Cueva, Madu, and Mino. I guess I could go Malacia, actually, if I need him. Kind of hopefully Nordberg can last the whole time, but he is not fully sharp, so could be a little shaky. We'll do that. We are going to go to our standard line since we're away. And I think we'll just kind of leave it at that to at least get started. And then oppositionally, not too concerned about tackling hard. And then I think the Neto should be a cut-in. Cutting in. So we'll just press over performance. If we play the levels I know we're capable of, we'll be fine. A surprising defeat. I mean, maybe it's a great time to play them then. Just being rested. Yeah, we're relying on a very backup-heavy situation there. But we need them ready for Milan. And Juventus immediately after it. I would like to sit Abdullev too, but I think that's just too much to go to like a fully backup line in the Champions League. Hopefully Abdullev is fresh enough, and he'll probably have to miss one of those two games. Marcos Pablo. Kamara. Nicely won back by Danny Olmo. Ball falls to Satriano. Vegaard Stromberg. Raska, and he has a go from range. Adebayo also with the start. Not something I thought I'd do, but we're getting him some extra games. Olmo. Cesarano, the youngster. Stromberg couldn't get it back across. Couple goals already traded back and forth in the Chelsea game. Tied 1-1. And Barcelona find themselves down early against Saint Etienne. I just need Raska to not be standing right on top of Valeda. I don't really know what he was doing. Stromberg. Nice touch. Found a little bit of room. And a corner for Brescia. Danny Olmo doing both sides. Oftentimes, Madou takes care of these other corners, but with him out of the starting lineup, Olmo will be doing both. Unfold. Lewis striding forward. That's right, I forgot that Kjærgaard guy, very tall. I think he has like 17 or something jumping reach. And somehow that ball gets through everybody, and a goal for Celtic as they look to stun us. Gonna force this last game to be important, I think. Yeah, I'm not really sure how that gets through Abdullah. I mean, that's who we want defending that play. And it just got through him. Oh. Nearly brilliant there. Abdullah has to go. I mean, everybody's all grouped up. There's Paulo. Cuts that out as they were searching for Satriano. Dinamo Kiev taking the surprising lead over Dortmund. A lot of upsets currently how things stand. Disappointing results, I think, all around for everybody playing right now. You know, for all the teams favored. Dulanev wins it. And he looks to play Cesarano through. Cuts it back. Raska has a go. Gotta hit the target there. At least force the keeper to make a save. And we've been poor in front of the net. Man City and also Chelsea going, hey everybody, this is how it's done. Both taking the leads in their respective games. But also, maybe a tough start for Adebayo. He's looking a little shaky. Danny Olmo wins that foot race, and the veteran strides forward. Well wide, looks for Vegard Stromberg. Can't find it. Cesarano. But it gets cut out. Barclay waiting on it. Penfold. Poor defensive effort in there generally, and they go wide. Vitor Neto, who was on the Brescia squad on loan early in his career. Dortmund answer. And Barcelona have also answered. It's now suddenly just us in a disappointing position. Stromberg was offside. I was going to say, why did he pass them? Also 3 shots on target, so I don't like that. And just absolute chaos here. And it is Antonino Cesarano. And the youngster in the European stage gets his first goal for Brescia. A massive one at that. Just before halftime, changing the fortunes a little bit and drawing level after a disappointing first half performance. Corners in the past 2 games saving us a little bit. Nice play, Stromberg. And he plays it well to Olmo. And Satriano plays it well. And he blasts it wide. That was an opportunity to not just be level, but to be in the lead. Brescia have missed the target 7 times over half their attempts. Tough days for Barclay, Valletta. Also, Satriano kind of seems to be doing that thing that he does every once in a while where I still trust him, obviously, but it may call for Maximiliano Cabrera, just a different guy getting some opportunities, potentially. Sometimes Satriano just goes through these little spurts where he just doesn't convert. But then it's just him kind of off all day long. It's that latest miss that makes me worried that that's the kind of day. And just with, like, Marcos Paulo seems to be playing pretty well in front there, at least to a certain extent. Wins it, Cesarano. Rasca. He looks to flip it to Orestes. Into Stromberg, who finishes it off beautifully. But everybody was kind of floating around up there, waiting for a ball to be played over the top, and it kind of got played wide. So Stromberg could have strayed. He did not, though. Nice. It did look like he was trying to run across the line. I just didn't know if he strayed. Just barely, with Kamara on the backside, making a slight mistake. I don't feel totally safe, though. On Valletta, and he looks for Barclay. Kamara out into space. Cesarano clears. Ooh, near perfection. And that's kind of what I was talking about. Why I don't feel completely confident here. Stromberg, good touch, goes around. Big save. I thought he opened himself up there perfectly. And Olmo offside. So we're going to go Stefan Birkenbaum. I think the other thing I'm going to do here is go Peter Raskett, the deep-lying playmaker, and then bring in Anthony Madu. And just kind of strengthen the team up that way. I'll kind of see how everybody else is feeling. Stromberg trying to get to it. There's also some of me that's thinking kind of sit Satriano down because I don't think he's having like a brilliant day. And play like low crosses into Stromberg. Oh, Neto! And he does it against his old team. He stayed on. I'm almost positive he did that little run across the line. Mistake. Holding him on. Just a beautiful run. Inside of Birkenbaum. It was Birkenbaum that held him on. Hennefold. Chaos. Abdulov slides in. Brescia still can't get it. It's Cabrera out into space. And he looks for Stromberg, who heads it towards the net. Abdulov looking for Madu. Penfold cuts that one out too. Nordberg does well. Looks to flip it up. Valera. Cesarano. Chaos. Adebayo. What is this chaos, boys? Like, calm down a little bit. Okay. I think we'll go shorter. Go with a higher tempo. Brescia looking forward to Stromberg. Maximiliano Cabrera, Stromberg! Oh! It was so smart from Cabrera, and Stromberg couldn't reward it, though. Birkenbaum cuts it out. Madu, Olmo. Back to Adebayo. Serrano. Abdulov. Orestes Raska. Stromberg. Good touch. Finish it. And he does. Brilliance from Brescia. Searching. Lewis. Turnbull. Lewis. Pressure on. Blasted! What a blast! And Brescia just can't gain control. One XG we've allowed. We're going for it. It's kind of dumb, but I kind of want it. We kind of deserve it. We've been the better team. Not that they haven't gotten their chances, but we've been better in almost every facet, offensively, defensively. They've gotten some wild stuff. I mean, I guess we've also gotten a corner. Decent work, not the guy who you want shooting it though in the final moment though. Then Olmo cuts it out. Strides forward. Vegard Stromberg running into space. Holds it up. Paulo. Mistake by Stromberg. Valera running. It's opened all the way up. Valera. Falls to Adebayo. Birkenbaum looks into Cabrera. And it is! So we will still be on ultra attacking, at least for the moment. I think once you get into that, you can do it. But it'll go out for a throw. We can get that in. Everybody calm. Everybody relax. Get back. Settle in. Oh, I should have also switched. Danny Olmo! Out of the top drawer to capitalize and send Brescia through at the top of the group. It will give Celtic a bit of time, but it may not matter. The final whistle sounds. Tough day for Adebayo. Showing that he's maybe not ready to take over for Karnaseki. I mean, good mentality, I think, to stick around through all that. What a comeback. Must be thrilled. Delighted we weren't at the races for a while. It's one of those matches that'll be talked about for a long time to come. And yes, a goal out of the very top drawer, as I already said. And Dortmund is elsewhere. Man City win, Hoffenheim win, Chelsea win. Saint Etienne hold on to draw Barcelona. Dortmund do get it done with a late, well, it was a late goal really from Dynamo Kiev that made it a bit closer. Juventus win, and we saw PSG had already won. Yes, I understand. And 2 goals for Vegard Stromberg. And a couple of substitutes link up in that one. I don't want to get involved. His face reset? Interesting. So bad. All of these games that are so, like, tight together. Yeah, we can afford a day worth of rest for the starters. Stromberg, Valeda, and Anthony Madu. Udinese win against Hellas Verona, who and Hellas Verona are sitting up there nicely. So that's a good victory for Udinese, tightening this other spot. Seven assists already for Joel Jumper. Jesus Christ. I mean, we're not going to be able to field the starters both times here. The quote-unquote starters, you know. This is going to be tricky. And how to select this team. Because, like, we have the advantage of being home against Milan. Milan have also been maybe a touch weaker this season, at least so far. They're not on a... And Juventus just got upset by Venice. They do get an extra day to prepare, though, for the game, too. Which maybe brings it into even more question of, like, away... with them being a little bit more rested. All big questions. You're not good enough fullback for me to be interested. This guy's not consistent. What else you got going on? Fairly determined. Dual-footed. I wouldn't spend a ton of money on him, but could be a decent player. We will save before the Milan match. And we may rest immediately after Milan. Normally I like to do the recovery match review thing. But I'm wondering if just like throwing everybody on rest immediately. We have the primetime game. I think he would be a decent player, but not too concerned about that one. And then we play Napoli right after Juventus. I think we just have to rotate and rest and rotate and rest, and hopefully everybody stays okay as much as we can. Yeah, it's not a ton of upside in my opinion. Darwin Nunez. He's not bad. He just, but he doesn't like the big matches. Is also fairly inconsistent. It's just things that I don't tend to like. He's fine, but too special. Fine. And he's still nah. His physicals they've declined. Not too concerned about that guy. And after the results, Napoli beat Frosinone, Roma beat Benevento, SPAL upset Sampdoria, Lazio beat Inter. Pure chaos going on behind us. A chance for us to, chance for Milan, I think, to this is a big chance for Milan to close the gap, and B, it's a fantastic opportunity for us to extend the gap and give ourselves a little bit of room. Like if we could win here and then win against Juventus, we are up there. You know, that's where that like next level goes. So Karnaseki for sure. Dude, I want to start like as many players as I can. Pekovic. Is Galbraith fresh? No. Do I trust Galbraith to play in the middle? I know it. They say that he's a good central defender, but part of it too is you're going to be passing a lot. It's just making me question, do I want Pekovic available for next game? So funny, whoever's in like goal scoring form is like a 5.5 star. It's so funny. I think we have to do a little more rotating than this. It's my minor hesitation right now. 1. I think we go Barclay. I don't know. He's been kind of disappointing this season. He's really had the opportunity, like, if he wants to take it for Birkenbaum, he does. Again, though, it's like, it's tough. It's because it's like, do I want the stronger players playing in this game, or do I want the stronger squad playing in the Juventus game? Right now, Juventus seems like the more important opponent. So what I'm hoping is between Pekovic and Abdulov, I can get sub them in the Juventus game. Galbraith plays, and then somebody else. But that still is like 2 starters, generally. I think I want Satriano for the Juventus game, for sure. And he may have to step in on this one, but I think I definitely want him in Juventus. Danny Olmo is playing so well right now, too. I think that's the other thing, though, is then maybe like a Mino here. So then we have 2 stronger attackers. Healthier. Feeling better attackers. Alright. I think we do this. It's a tough one, man. Those are all the really good guys. I don't know if that means I want to... Doing well, we're on a good run. Let's keep it going, shall we? We're gonna do a nice I have faith in everybody. Oppositionally, I think we're gonna not do that. And Liao should cut in. Basilo, I mean, he can really do both now. They've already developed him to have like a reasonable other foot, but generally I think his danger is going to come from the wing. Although I said that in like the first time we ever faced him and he scored 2 beautiful goals cutting in. So we're going to go back to our standard line. And we're going to see. Yeah, fans give us an advantage. First goal is crucial. Yes, I always think so. I don't want to make anything. They're the rivals. the new rivalry. The first game, I think, is us like officially recognizing each other as rivals. We'll also see Esposito start for them. We're going both games really important, and honestly, the Napoli game is also just as important. Not to say that every game matters, but when you are expected for the top every time you drop points, it is something you have to take a look at. I think my biggest concern here is Valletta getting the start. That little extra defense. But I think I need to be able to rotate Raska, and I need to be able to, throughout these games, looking for Cabrera on the backside. Wallstedt, the ex-Brescia man. Interesting. So Wallstedt has kind of survived through another book. What? Cabrera. Wallstedt has survived through a couple of big purchases. Oh, Cabrera. Nearly. And another corner for Brescia. So Wallstedt, we brought him into Italy. The Swedish goalkeeper. Was a backup. I think he did get some play. Played generally okay. And then I forget who bought him, like Atalanta or somebody like that. And he just kind of hung around. And then Milan picked him up. And they have sold 2 starting goalkeepers like in front of him. They did also pick up a world-class goalkeeper, and I'm sure they're going to look to do it again. But it is funny in a way. To see him kind of getting like world class, like top of the line goalkeepers go out, and Leopold Wallstedt being the guy instead. Yellow card for Valletta. Chaos Leao, Igor! And a chance there for Milan. So good. And 2 early bookings for Brescia. I don't like that. Vesilo. Pegovic. They did have numbers a little bit. Tonali. A Brescia man before I took over. Was kind of the original why we had any money to work with was Sandro Tonali. He looks out for the new man, Joel Jumper. Theo Hernandez. Pushing. A wild one there. Barcelo, though, you could have just cleared it, although some hesitation from the defensive line, and Maximiliano Cabrera gets it. He also looks for Vegard Stromberg, a chance, and he does finish it off. The counter-attack was beautiful, created almost from nothing from Maximiliano Cabrera, but the finish, still plenty left to do, and Stromberg did it all. Wallstedt goes a little bit early. Maybe sensing that it was kind of a loose touch from Stromberg, a tight angle, but he's still able to put it home. Theo striding forward. Hernandez going back to Jumper. Jumper again. Oh, nicely done there. Big clearance from Birkenbaum, and it's Stromberg. Poor there. Birkenbaum brings down Leao. A chance on a Free kick. Not the most dangerous area, though, fortunately. Barcelo. Looking for Mino. Cabrera flips it forward to Stromberg. Finds Anthony Madu. Wallstead has to make a good save. Not necessarily leading him forward, but begging to be hit. Don't mind that. Like seeing Madu put it on net, on target. Oh, Pekovic getting led kind of to the center, giving him options. Anthony Madu strides forward. He'll get a corner. Big clearance from Kake. And he looks to flip it up to Cabrera. Tamori does well. Basilo. Oh, Tonali. Fantastic movement here. Higor. Back to Esposito. And I'm not really sure what Karnaseki was doing there. Was expecting him to go across, I guess, but what an attack from Milan. What I didn't really like was that Barcelo kind of just following Basilo. I think, like, just get back a little bit and get some structure. Kind of got us all out of whack. But I do think Valletta is having a tough day. So disappointing. Oh, that's disappointing. You can't give stuff up like that. Yeah, I mean, really need Abdullah there to step out. Okay, boys. Yeah, we're just starting to play poorly. Madu, you can't be making those mistakes, man. I know it's early and it's probably nothing, but that's a tough mistake to make. Just everything matters. Everything matters against Milan. I don't know. Valletta definitely needs to be an early sub. Actually, I could probably look at him now. Rafael Leao. Oh, he does well. Opens himself up, but Karnaseki gets enough of a touch. Both the wingbacks also being very disappointing. I think I have to trust Barcelo. And go Barclay. Then Oscar Cueva. And I think we go with Danny Olmo. Trying to get a little something extra. Over top of Satriano. Ah, that would have been a brilliant time for that. Abdullah looking for Cabrera. Esposito clears it. I didn't think I was going to go early on everybody, but I do think we've been disappointing to end that half and now to start this one. The disappointment's kind of continued. Rafael Leao in all kinds of space. Madu, Barclay. Back to Pekovic. Karnaseki. Abdullah. Madu. Danilo Pekovic into Barclay, who looks to press forward. Cueva. Anthony Madu. Stromberg. Flips it to Barcelo. A sustained attack for Brescia. Cueva. Barcelo. Finds Cabrera's foot, but it's over the bar. Couldn't keep it down. Nicely cut out by Anthony Madu. Oh, you need to release it though. We're going to go for it. If they score one, I might just pull back so it doesn't get embarrassing. Because I do think that they've been the better team today in general. But mistake there. Stromberg looking for Cabrera, but Tonali cuts that one out easily. Tonali. They eventually break the line, but Cueva gets him. Madu. Stromberg. Barclay. Into Olmo. Danny Olmo looks to play Cabrera through to Mori. Oh, Cabrera tries to get it. Oh, Wallstedt makes a mistake. Maximiliano Cabrera picks it up loosely. I think they weren't sure if it was like a back pass. From Tamori, it was. He did touch it with his foot, so Wallstedt couldn't pick it up. And Cabrera was there. Wallstedt makes a huge mental error. And we're going to try to take advantage with the momentum maybe swinging our way a little bit. Cueva. Barcelo. Stromberg! Onside. No! No! That was the moment, though. Oh, and he was just off. Saliber. Ricci. I mean, the guys that they can just pull off the bench is still just unbelievable, though. Like, Saliber is a guy who... I don't know if he walks onto my current iteration of my team, but... he would definitely get a lot of play time on my squad. Barclay. Danny Olmo. Barcelo in all kinds of space. Can he cut it back to Cabrera, who, oh, he goes back to Madu. Cueva takes the shot from range, but it stays over the bar. Couldn't get it down. Tonali, some Wallstedt. Cabrera running around back there trying to make them make mistakes. They have to try to make them be perfect. Milan's not biting into Saliber. Esposito, an opportunity to win it. But he goes wide. One that will have the Milan fans groaning a little bit. Barclay. Down. Wild. Ricci. But can't clear it further than Barcelo. The pressure's still on. Oscar Cueva. Into Barcelo. Who cuts it across. And Barclay, I don't know. Was that a shot or was that a cross? What was that? Barclay does get all the way back. A loose ball to Abdulev. Ricci. I mean, that should have been a wing-back to wing-back goal, I think, is what should have happened there. And instead, I think we tried to go for the cross. Stromberg in space. And he finishes it. It won't just be honestly. Going a little crazy. Cueva just plays a very nice ball. Stromberg does excellently in his one-on-one opportunity. I did say waste time all the time. Kalulu gets injured. It might have been just a muscle injury. None of my guys look like that. Oftentimes when it's like a tackle, both guys get at least a little dinged up. I don't see anybody that would indicate that. And a very even game. But Brescia turned up the heat a little bit there. And they went for it. And they secure a victory over Milan. We worked really hard for that. Late goals by both Cabrera and Cueva. Or Cabrera and Stromberg, sorry. And against the new rivals. Yeah, if the rivalry was only brewing, that's the type of game that brings it together potentially. I thought we did well. You can talk about luck here or there, but you did there. You know, we have to take it one match at a time, but we're there. I think right now each result is giving us confidence, and that's not a bad thing. Yeah, we'll look at Atalanta later. Midu and Abdulev, a little jaded. I don't know if 125 games is enough for like legendary status. I mean, I don't know about like Brescia. How many games people have played, but like I feel like for like legend status it needs to be like 300 or something crazy, you know? Hey, so we increased the stadium. I do want to go through the recovery and everything. It's going to be tough. I think that we're definitely going to be short some players. Just not going to be good enough. Pinned back a little bit there. But we did good to stymie. Our dribbles per game are not good. We actually do have some like good dribblers. We just don't play in that manner, in a way. We cross a lot, I feel like. Mino, more ambitious, more loyal, handling pressure better, and looks more determined and better. Ooh. One of our random youth guys picks up a mentoring trait. Erling Haaland will win your Norwegian Player of the Year. Vegard Stromberg does finish second over Martin Odegaard. Honestly, imagine Haaland and Stromberg together, bro. Nuts. How has he done in his caps? 35 caps, 22 goals. Yeah, that'll kind of do it. How's where's international? Because I guess sometimes it's not competitive. Yeah, he's nuts. Jan Valeda? We don't get a lot of these, but we will. So we'll take a peek at your top goals in Serie A. Milan versus Venice. Blanco. Oh, with the long chip. Wallstead out in no man's land. And Venice steal one. A little bit. A big goal for Valletta. Oh yeah, this is this. Stromberg back to Madu, rolled over, and just... with pace on it, though. A nice curling shot from Valletta to tack on. Lazio, Udinese Calico. Or, Sassuolo. Ooh, nice one. Just found space and blasted home. Midu in your Serie A team of the month. I can't vote for Carnesecchi, so I will vote for Andre Gomez. The young Portuguese international. Claudio Horvat continues to impress in his home in the Bulgarian league. Somebody needs to go grab that guy. 21 years old, still playing in Bulgaria. Barclay gets his salary hike. They want to increase the available payroll budget? Sure. $300K. Nice, dude. Nice. Nice. What does that mean? Got some money floating around though. Something here doesn't make sense. Is this like a per week thing or something? These two numbers? I mean, that still also doesn't make sense though. Inconsistent. Does have some decent crossing, but I have to be more decisive, I think. Alright. I mean, probably not just on the fact that he's old and a non-EU, but maybe the right. Everybody's still resting, right? Napoli's going to be tough, I think, just with how many games we're playing right now. The world-class defense. And honestly, we kind of have that defensive record to back it up, too. Got a world-class guy in Pekovic, world-class, and Islam Abdullaev, and Andy Galbraith, you know, is like world-class level. I actually should compare them sometime. Who's the best? Who's actually the best? I think it's Abdullaev, but he does have the weakness of his header. But I think he's like the true best out of the bunch. Unfortunately, he also not only does he have the header weakness, he has a weak foot that I think costs him a little bit. As well, you know. Dynamo Kiev. Shouldn't matter much. That game. We will check ahead of that match, I think, where everybody is in the Champions League. What do the final games really mean, if there's anything we want to keep an eye on? And David Miranda could, yeah, he's just not good enough, though. Zenit striker Alexander Gulov, expected to be the golden boy, although Peter Barclay's name getting thrown around, although Marcos Palo, sorry. Interesting, Cabrera. Sure, I mean, I'm always interested in what the strikers are out there, although I think we would probably pull Mohamed Yenner out before doing a lot. Although this guy, I just think the athleticism isn't quite there to where I'm super excited, but he does have that intriguing, like he does actually have the jumping reach there. But I think I would sacrifice some finishing for athleticism, and that's kind of what Yenner does. Yeah, we can scout these guys. I don't mind that. Box-to-box guys. Very athletic box-to-box guy. But I think it's expensive being at Benfica. Bring Kessié back to Serie A. Oh, it's the center back. I think there's another Ertz that's a winger. I was like, for only that much? Yeah, I'm okay on that. Yeah, he's just so expensive for what he is, though. And Ketcha's not really 18 anymore because of Arsenal signed him. And Tom Miles, I think it's just a little too late at 24. I guess like if he did constantly play, I mean, he does have really nice passing. And is tall. 6'2". He's weird. Yeah, you would almost want to play. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's weird. Nature North. Still persisting. A little bit. Oh, it's a good time to. How are our assignments going? Actually, oh, not assignments. Our priorities going. Oh, we're down under 200. Crazy. It's crazy how like these scouts can just like go. Oh, yeah, that's a dumb thing I did again, didn't I? I wish they would like automatically like prioritize that assignment. And then I went all that way to not do what I went there for. And now we're back over 200. I just added like 40. Oh, actually, that was like just under 50 people, I feel like. We'll save right before the Juventus game, too. Just because we've been doing that. Yeah, we're not going to quite get to the winter break, unfortunately, because I would have loved to just kind of like hung out and done that. Oh, it does, you know, ahead of that, though, and just how well we're doing, and I'm sure they'll be like, do you want to become contenders or whatever, and they might ask for more. But I want to see if they'll, increase that. The Serbian striker. He's pretty good. He honestly might be one of the best players, like, out of the entire save. We're like just getting him now. So most games will be kicking off, but we will have Bologna and SPAL ahead of that, so we'll lock that in. So unfortunately, if there is an issue here, it is going to be somewhat a problem. But we'll save. Elsewhere, Milan versus Roma. I mean, that's huge for Roma if they could pull out a win. That would be really, really dangerous for them. Udinese, Inter trying to get back into it after slipping here a little bit. So we'll go Galbraith, Pekovic, Cesarano. I think we'll go back to Barcelo. Peter Raska. And Oscar Cueva and Danny Olmo. And we will go Satriano and Stromberg, although it might slowly start to become the Cabrera and Stromberg show in general. Everything taking a very recent downturn. The one thing I'm not sure about. Yeah, I'm gonna drop another like I have faith in you. Hope to get everybody motivated. I don't know how effective that'll be, but and we're gonna drop to our standard line. It's kind of all we've been doing against these teams that we feel a little bit scary against. Our guys are actually kind of better passive defenders, I think, which is why I do that. I don't think I've really explained that in a while. We don't really, like, they're not just like wrecking balls out there. They kind of want to see the game and let it come to, so we can read those balls over the top and those moments of quality a little bit better in general is kind of my thinking there. and why I think it actually works and isn't just like Mapando's gonna cut in. There's no way that's where they play him normally. Oh, yeah, this isn't gonna matter. Really. So. Do you feel you're ambitious or clever? Yeah, I do. Your team is credit to the players that they've been able to score so frequently. Well, may continue. Yeah, I found it harder than expected, but we know these tough runs come up all the time. And Juventus, they're either pissed or their heads may have dropped, and an opportunity for us to maybe take a team that's maybe not fully confident in themselves. We've been on a roll, and an opportunity here to really solidify us in first place and as the team that everyone is chasing with not much time before the winter break. Satriano. Barclay. Back to Galbraith. Cueva. Barclay. And Galbraith. Galbraith finds Raska, who looks to put it in. There's something I do like about Galbraith. He's not scared to jump up in the attack, though. I'd like to stay back, get all times off of. Oh, I like the idea there, though, from Barcelo. But 2 blocks early for Juventus on dangerous low crosses coming in behind their back line. Andre Gomez has been one of the best actually, battle of probably the 2 best keepers over the past season. Or so. I'm not sure which award that was that we voted for. Olmo searching ahead for Stromberg, but Zeni reads it pretty well. Gomez looks to clear it, and his team can't control it. Barcelo pushes forward. Led well cut by Stromberg, but it's off the post. Another opportunity for Brescia early, but none have worked the keeper yet. Mistake there. Stromberg, but he can't really play Satriano through. Olmo. Raska looks to flip it over the top. Can't get it there. Locatelli now. Searching. And it's Mapando. One of the top goal scorers. And Ferran Torres finds space on the cutback. And now Juventus have challenged Brescia a little bit. Sampdoria beating out Udinese at the moment. Udinese, after their trip to Europe, have been, well, trip in the Champions League, not just Europe. They've been a touch disappointing. Dangerous opportunity there, lurking. But shot ultimately well over the target. Big clearance there. And Venice get one against Napoli. Barcelo. Drops it down to Stromberg. Finds Barcelo. Raska. Flips it over to Stromberg. And there was a chance there. And Roma take the early lead over Milan. Pondo gathers it though, and he's dangerous if he finds space. That's Serrano, well done. The young center back. Playing in some tough games recently. As Brescia continue to ask a lot of him. Danny Olmo. He cuts it back looking for Barclay. He looks for Raska, but there's just so many bodies. Serrano flips it out to Barcelo. Danny Olmo, Stromberg. Barcelo again. And he's pushing the line forward. Cross in low to Stromberg. Cueva finds Barclay! Peter Barclay, what a goal! Phenomenal. From Brescia. Starts with one wing back and eventually finds the other. Barcelo, Stromberg, back to Cueva. And well taken ultimately. It's one thing we haven't really seen from Barclay, but I do think he has goals in his game. I didn't realize a yellow for Satriano. Just make sure nothing weird happens. And Udinese get back into it. But Venice taking an early lead. Oh, Barcelo down. Satriano, Stromberg. Oh. And we also saw Milan 2 goals down, at least at their latest update. And a missed penalty now for Leao, a chance to get back into it just before halftime. And Raska shoves his man over. How is Barcelo feeling? Well, I can kind of get this feeling. They do say the injury is affecting him, so we will look to probably sub Barcelo at halftime. He looked like, generally looks okay, but yeah, you see no real bounce back the way that the other guys do, so yeah, and we have dominated possession. We've gotten some reward. Patrick Nordberg. Raska's been a touch poor, but ideally we sit Madu as well. I mean, I guess what could happen is Nordberg switches in for him if we can maybe take a little bit more of a lead, but we'll see. Nordberg getting involved early. He looks to whip it. Satriano will give chase. Cut it back for Barclay. Satriano, Raska. Gomez makes the save. And maybe not the... Don't necessarily want the, like, 5'8" box-to-box guy there. And Milan out of a halftime talk. Somehow saved by Gomez. That was a classic Satriano goal there. But Jeremy Doku get Milan back to within 1. Oh, and Galbraith just wide. Part of me does want to just, like, ensure Satriano doesn't... Nothing weird, you know? Because it could even just be some, like, weird touching the ball with his arm or something type thing. Raska seems to be doing okay. I don't think he, like, needs a substitution. I am a little concerned about Pekovic. Cesarano pushing forward. And he looks to cross, but it's wild. Barclay will pick up the loose ball and keep the pressure on as he runs forward. He tries a first-time shot. Gomez comes out for this one. Yeah, it's a long time for Pekovic to go, I think. Mapondo. Chisea. Oh, good touch. Karnaseki keeps it out, though. I think a little bit. We're going to try to push him for as long as we can, but I think before the 75th, it has to be subbed. So. And I don't know. We could then bring in Cabrera. Barclay. Gives himself a go. Confident. Maybe overflowing there a little bit. Cueva. Cesarano, Nordberg. Stromberg. Cut it back across. Oh. I think it wasn't the best cut back. Drops it off to Pekovic, who looks forward. Juventus. Pressing. Cueva cuts it out, but doesn't do well. Torres! So Karnaseki does have to make the save. That was on. And Napoli have come back in their game. Penalty helping them out. I think this one I'm going to do. I think, so, Galbraith goes in the middle. Cesarano. And then no. This is an important game. Arestis in. Not Denis. And then, I just don't want any funkiness happening here. So, we're going to... get that yellow card off. Even though I don't think Satriano's necessarily had a bad day. Olmo. Back to Galbraith. Orestes. Nordberg. Cueva. Into Olmo. Stromberg finds space. He takes a blast from range, but over the bar. I kind of almost think he just passed that to Cabrera. And Milan have come all the way back. 2-2 in their match. And now a red card for Venice, maybe opening the door for Napoli to get the winner. Brescia looking to hold tight here. A penalty is given Atalanta a chance. Lee strides forward. What a run. Blocked. Yeah. Karnaseki there. Take it. You know what? not much time. From Nordberg, though. Oh, and a chance. Oh, but if the flag is up. They change shape right after I make my opposition changes. So we keep that. We don't concern about pressing you. And then Vieira still, and then, yeah. I mean, you can kind of do it all. But we'll just let it go. Karnaseki goes out. I think Travkin there was offside anyway. Karnaseki, he looks to blast it forward. Cabrera looks to bring it down, but... Oh, and they've just opened it up. Torres. Galbraith does enough. I don't know. Maybe we want to stay in our, like, defensive structure a little bit. That, like, I don't like what just happened. So as much as that seems scary to, like, play out defense, like, we're going to keep that on. Like, we want to hold the structure a little bit. Cabrera not doing much since coming on. But we've played more defensive. It was more about the yellow card, so I don't mind it. Olmo searching for Stromberg, who heads it forward. Did Cabrera stay on or did he stray? He strayed just offside. We did generate 2 points of XG. Cabrera here. Cueva, and he finds Danny Olmo. And he will generate a corner. No real hurry for Brescia. This may be the last action or maybe the clearance from it. Not too much time remaining. Cesarano puts it towards Gomez. And Juventus look to actually gain structure. They're not trying to push too far. And the ref will take that as a sign that they have tipped their hat to Brescia. Both teams underperform their XG in a tight one. And the goal comes from the unlikely source, Peter Barclay. The wingback, the difference in this one. Yeah, we just need to keep building on good times. Elsewhere, Atalanta do get it done, coming back and drawing level. Inter and Benevento, neither team ever scoring. Milan does come all the way back. Roma had them in a losing position at halftime, but it wasn't enough. And Napoli does take the lead after the sending off in their game. And Udinese come back after allowing an early goal to ultimately beat Sampdoria, holding on in the second half. And tough for Barcelo. I just wanted to play like, yeah, I'll just say good job. good job scoring. More allowed to play. Like, you played a generally good game and you got rewarded by scoring. Like, good, nice, you know. And then San Siro. A memorable comeback. 3 goals in the second half for Milan. Unbelievable. And now, a big game against Napoli. After playing so many tight games, or like all these games with only a couple of days of rest in between. Oh, it's 11-14. Okay. Yeah, those old guys probably not of our level anymore, but, you know, those are also the most likely guys to be on a free, so we can maybe take a look and have another chance to just be like, no, we're not going to sign that guy, and then we can maybe remove him from a short list. I am going to push this a little bit further. Lazio beat Torino, and a draw for Sassuolo. Okay. I won't talk to them about the transfer budget. I think I talked to them last time about increasing the transfer budget. I kind of think that they will do the thing, though, of like, hey, if you want to say that you're going to be in the title race, or if you want to say you're going to win the title, they'll probably let me pull a few more funds, and we'll see if it's significant enough to, like, promise more. But we've put ourselves in about as excellent a position as possible. And yeah, I just wanted to, like, kind of get here to training and hit that day's worth of rest. We did get a late start on the stream, and we did have some technical difficulties here at the beginning, but I think we will still wrap it up there. I mean, I just don't think that there's really a significant point to keep pushing. Like, honestly, it just makes the next stream a little less full. But we are at the top of Serie A, and with that win over Juventus and a win in dramatic fashion over Milan, we have put ourselves at the top by a significant margin. We're the team to beat. Everyone will be doing the chasing, and we've put our stamp on this game. We've also beat Inter this year. I think out of all of the teams that we're looking at, kind of all the way down to 10, the only one we haven't gotten the maximum number of points against is Lazio. I don't think we've played everybody yet, but it's been good. In the Champions League, we have been also the team to beat and have put ourselves in excellent position. With Dinamo Kiev the only game remaining, Celtic have done enough to give themselves a chance against Brescia Dortmund, but Dortmund did beat them in the first one by a pretty significant margin. So I'm not sure if it's head-to-head or overall goal I guess it must be head-to-head because the goal differential. Oh, no. Not points, but it must be. I think it's probably still head-to-head. So Celtic not just have to win, they have to kind of dominate Dortmund. So it's likely we know who the second is, but there is a chance, right? Elsewhere a lot of things are pretty settled down. Man City and Hoffenheim are 1-2 in Group A. Chelsea and Barcelona in Group B. Although the third place is very much not set, so your guys going to the Europa League is a bit more important in those first groups. In Group C, obviously, we are going to top it by a significant margin, but the rest still yet to be decided. Though it does seem like European competition is going to continue for two of the teams, Dortmund and Celtic, and Dynamo Kiev, who haven't gotten a win yet, even if they do beat us, because we substitute everybody, which is a possible outcome. It won't be enough. In Group D, PSG have qualified. Juventus have not clinched anything. I wonder if they have a head-to-head against Salzburg remaining. No. They're playing PSG in the final game. So that one's interesting. Group D is still a little intriguing. But again, probably a more likely thing to happen than the other. Arsenal leading group will qualify out of Group E with Rangers in second right now, and Benfica, Genk. I guess could finish third. But have to beat Benfica to do it. So that one's kind of open in general. Man United. Also, I don't know if it's like all the third place teams or if it's just like the top of the third place teams. I'm not sure. That get to advance. Ajax, very disappointing performance at their end. Very nice performance from Gladbach, but Man United the only one guaranteed out of that group. Milan and Liverpool have locked in 1-2. 3 is still completely up for grabs. Bayern Munich and Real Madrid have qualified, but exactly where they finish is still to be decided. Munich will be against Monaco, and Real Madrid will then be against Udinese, who only was able to scrape away 1 point and are officially out of European competition as they cannot catch Monaco on points. Anybody else like truly out? Ajax is out. Genk, I guess, has a chance. Fenerbahce? I'm actually not sure. Dynamo Kiev is definitely out. That one's still open. That one's still open. So, pretty open still there, but we have had success at every competition so far. Though we still have the Coca-Cola Super Cup, the Coppa Italia, a lot of competitions still that we haven't done anything in yet, but we've been very, very impressive, I would say, all season long. It's even hard to really think back to disappointing performances at this stage. What we're kind of doing here this year and this kind of victory lap is going about as swimmingly as we could possibly think it was. Thanks everybody for watching and sticking around. Appreciate it. Hope you can keep catching some more. I do need to start doing some more things, and I am excited for FM23. But I'm excited to start a real. When I get it, I want to start a real franchise. So it's still going to be a little bit away, I think, before our save is truly locked in and truly getting going. So I'm happy to continue Brescia. I think we'll finish the year, but I will be out. The next stream is going to be. It's going to take a little bit. For the next stream, as I will be out on vacation for the next 5 days or so, the next week. So no Thursday, no Saturday, no Monday. We might make up one next week, but stay posted on Twitter for that kind of information. And I'm hoping to get all of these videos out to kind of catch up year 11 and kind of catch up in general, so that we're here. But hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your day. Peace.